some basic tools, such as a spirit level, a tape measure, a set square, shears, a hammer, a knife, a pencil, and a drill, and power tools like a drill driver and an angle grinder. Depending on the structure on which the assembly is going to be performed, we will need screws for wood or metal. When starting to assemble vertical elements, we first need to set the level at which we begin to install them. The level we recommend is 150 mm. It is necessary to ensure proper air circulation under the facade. Then, if vertical elements have already been mounted here, we need to make sure that the structure is kept upright. Finishing elements have locks that allow them to be connected. Now, quite simply, we have the outside corner connected here. Then we have a universal slat. It is also equipped with locks at the top and bottom, and it can also be connected very easily. Having completed the assembly of the vertical elements, we proceed to the assembly of the slats. Let's begin with the starter slat, which we will install along the building. Next, attach the base of the FS252 slat. This is a finishing slat. At the top there is the base of the FS262 slat, and that is the base of the ventilation slat. The next stage is the assembly of panels. The panels should be mounted from left to right. Before assembly, the first panel should be cut to size, like this panel that has already been cut. We need to cut it approximately halfway, and the offcut should not be thrown away. Keep it, as it will be useful when finishing the wall. As I have previously shown, the panels are equipped with locks that stick into the starter slat. Insert the panel into the starter slat, leaving an expansion gap, just like here in the case of a universal slat. A 10 mm expansion gap is necessary for the panel to work. Then, attach the panel, screwing it into the kidney slot halfway, so that the panel can work freely. The panel is attached, but at the same time it may slide and move freely. Then proceed to the assembly of the next panel. Insert the top part of the panel into the vertical lock, controlling the bottom part with your hand to ensure that the panel has been properly inserted into the starting slat, while simultaneously pushing the top part. When the parts are assembled, you will hear a click like this. This indicates that the panel has been properly mounted. So, let's start screwing again. Close up, you can see here how the panels are connected close together and how they have been combined together vertically. In order to give the facade its desired stiffness, install the next panel, shifting it by 50% to make the facade more rigid. For this, we'll need to install a larger panel. Leave an expansion gap. And in the case of the solid brick system, before fixing the panel and especially before attaching the first one, it is necessary to make sure that the bottom panel's joints match the ones at the top. Well, now we proceed to the assembly of the layer which will allow us to bypass the window recess. For this, first install the panel in the corners so we can determine the level that we need for cutting the next panel. In order to avoid the necessity of taking many measurements, you can take shortcuts. Put the starter slat into the corner sleeve and the height will be determined, how much we need to cut and what the height of the cut panel should be. In this case, it will be this panel, so here. So we will need to cut this part off. Now we have to determine what size we will need. Measure the distance from one edge to another and add 1 centimeter. Then measure the length. Measure this as well and then take it and cut off where you have marked it. Here we have a panel which has been cut properly. We've had it cut already. Dismantle the previously installed panel and insert the panel which will be located above the window recess. Why? Because there is too little space here to bend the panel at the top. So, we need to insert 2 panels at once. Make sure there is a dilatation gap, and then you can start screwing. Now, let's install the final layer. To do this, measure the size you need, mark it on the panel, and cut the panel to size. Here we have a panel that has been cut to size already prepared. Climb the ladder. Make sure that the joint is straight and neat. One very important thing when installing the last panel is that it's necessary to protect the panel against moving upwards. Therefore, put a screw into the slat that will prevent it from moving up. The screw should make it possible for the panel to slide, but not to move up or become detached. To finish the assembly, we need to mount the external part of the 2-part slats. The installation of finishing slats is best done by 2 people. To do this, I asked a friend to help, because the slats are long and quite flexible. Cut the finishing slats at the ends at an angle of 45% to make them look nice and neat. The advantage of 2-part slats is that the slats can be assembled and disassembled.